let's do a couple notes today. We will have a homework assignment today. It'll be one of your only assignments that we'll be doing on Friday this week. Yeah, today's Tuesday. It'll be due on Friday. It's our one and only kind of major assignment this week. We'll do a couple things on little slips of paper later this week on the intro of the next section. Today we need to wrap up. We need to talk about cosecant, secant. Maybe I'll do one example of tangent and cotangent. Not both. I'll just pick one. I'll let you guys choose. That's kind of what we're doing today. If you guys hear a bing, let me know, and then
we never went over
I'll tell you if he's online.
No, that's fine.
You gotta join the party.
And it's fine. No, hey, don't want to talk about this. So,
Zoom link every day?
okay, every day.
And is it live like the whole day? But like.
It's just I only start up when class starts, but you'll see the live. The link will be live. You can join the room, but you won't actually.
So
like, yeah, I wouldn't like you because they have a different code than you.
That's a dance.
I didn't know if you said like everyone that was gone and then
so it's like geometry has their own code, pre-calc has their own, so that we don't spill over. So, okay. All right. Shh. Hey, let's go through a couple notes here. So the first thing that I want to talk about, let's do a tangent or cotangent problem. I'll let you guys choose. Tangent or cotangent?
Cotangent.
Cotangent. Sorry, I heard cotangent first. All right, cotangent. Now, I'll let you guys kind of choose the numbers that you want involved. What?
Does Trav have to download the Zoom app?
I don't think so. No.
1/3.
If he's on his phone, I think.
1/3.
3/1.
Ryan's on.
3/1.
He is.
3/1 x. Okay, got it.
Plus
And
1/3.
Yeah.
plus 1/3.
It just says Ryan.
Ryan's on.
Oh, you gotta.
Plus the
It says admit or remove. I don't know what that
3.
means. It says admit or remove.
I would admit it.
Take it.
All right.
Closer, more closer. Yes.
Oh my god.
That looks so weird.
Hey, get it on the tooth.
Oh, wait. Hi, Ryan.
That is so cool.
So,
No, he's
That is so
All right.
neat.
He was
Alright.
literally
Hit
in the
share
forest
screen.
eating McDonald's for
No,
lunch.
no.
He was in the forest alone.
okay. All right. Quit. Now, stop. No, you're muting him.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Just go.
Just press.
You're causing trouble. Go.
You just press the mute button. No.
Yeah, he's talking. We can't hear
You just
him.
press the mute button.
All right.
So dumb.
Ask him if he can hear you.
Okay.
It's a touchscreen on the keypad.
Well, he laughs. So
All right. Can you hear me just fine? Is Microsoft working? Yeah. You can type it in chat. You don't have to
He
talk.
said what, but it was in silent.
Oh, put him back on.
Put him on.
I think I'm good. Okay. Okay. All right. If he can't hear me, he'll let me know here in a minute. All right. Is there any other numbers that you want to? He'll type it in the chat. All right. Is there any other numbers you guys want on this one?
No. Plus 10.
Plus 10. Okay. So.
Oh, Brody.
Okay.
Tell him
All
to
right.
put something in the chat.
Now, let's walk through how we need to do this problem. First step, we have to find the spacing. Now, normal cotangent goes out to pi. We're not doing that. We have to divide by the number in front of x, so that's pi over 3. Remember, tangent and cotangent go out to pi.
Wait, are we just doing examples today?
Okay, yeah, we got 3 examples. Now, we're going to divide this in half again, and we're going to divide this in half again. And if you multiply that one by 3, this would be 3 pi over 12. All right, so that would be the third marker there. All right, this is the spacing. Hey, this is the spacing that we need for this particular problem. This is the number that I needed. Okay, so now that I know the spacing is pi over 12, now that I know the spacing is pi over 12, now I can figure out where my starting point is. So the starting point, how you figure out where you're going to start your
3x
graph.
plus 1/3 equals 0.
Yep, 3x plus 1/3 equals 0. And then you solve this out, and this tells me where I need to start right and left. Then I can figure out the spacing from there. Okay. So again, I figure out the spacing first by using the normal like distance. We're doing cotangent. So
X equals like 0.1.
So, so if we subtract this over, this is negative 1/3. Multiply by, or divide by 3, so I'm starting at negative 1/9. That's dividing by 3, it's putting a 3 on the bottom of the other side.
0.1.
Okay,
I think it's 0.13.
alright, so now there's my starting point, right? So when I graph this thing, I'm starting at, so this spot right here, is negative 1/9. That's negative 1/9 to the left. Then I'm going to do my 4 markers going this way.
0.33 divided by 3 is 0.11.
Okay. So, all right. So I got 4 markers going that way. To find each of the 4 markers, I use my spacing, and I just add it to my starting point. So the starting point was 1/9 to the left, and I'm going to add pi over 12. Now, I'm going to add another pi over 12, so this would be negative 1/9 plus 2 pi over 12. And you guys get the idea. I can just keep doing this over and over and over. Plus 3 pi over 12. Get going, what are you doing?
Sorry, I was just going to set it in there.
Go. Doesn't need to hear that. All right. And the next one is, the last one is negative 1/9 plus 4 pi over 12. Okay, so those are my 4 markers going to the right. I added pi over 12 each time. Sorry they got a little messy. You get the idea. Now, the up and down, like the origin line, my origin line has been shifted up 10. So this is technically 10, and my amplitude will go up and down from 10. So the amplitude number is 1/3. So I go up 1/3, and I go down 1/3 from there. And those will be the amplitude. Now again, I know the hash marks are probably the worst part of that, so I'm going to zoom in here for you. They're hashing on.
Can you hear you?
Yeah, you can.
Did
Is
he
he
ask
talking
you to
to
zoom
you?
in?
So, no. What?
Did he ask you to zoom in?
I just sent out links. So, okay. So there's your spacing. Now.
I can see his fist going.
Yeah, he's just doing
Now.
He cannot hear us.
Oh, he can hear. These things are really good. So, all right. So next. So now I'm gonna draw a cotangent. Cotangent has asymptotes on the outside just like tangent. So there is an asymptote on the outside here and here on that 4th marker. And then cotangent starts in the upper left corner, goes down to the lower right corner. So it's gonna start up here. It's gonna hit the first marker. It'll hit the middle. It'll hit the next marker and then down to infinity. So it'll just be a kind of a swooping line, or not a line, but a curve going down to the bottom. All right, questions with cotangent? Okay, it's cotangent, not cosine or tangent. Okay, all right. That was a tough one. No, that was considered tough.
I don't like the
melon.
funny
Yeah, the
plus
hash marks, yeah, I know. The reason why I couldn't add those together is one has to apply the other one. All right.
Nutty nugget,
What?
you.
So like, on like a test or a quiz or homework, when we do this,
Yes.
you want us
I want it like
to do
that, like
you
that.
don't want the number?
No, I don't need the decimals here. Just show me what your starting point was and what you added. Then just add it again, add it again, add it again.
We only
right?
add a
So, yeah. I don't need decimals or anything like that. Okay, questions on the cotangent?
no.
Okay, the new part today, this is brand new. We haven't done this part before. We need to talk about cosecant and secant. I'm just gonna pick some easy ones to start with. My goal is to do 2 of these and then we're done. Just 1 of each.
I forgot secant was a thing.
Yeah, and so here's the good news about it. If you can draw sine and cosine, cosecant and secant go off of it. You have to draw the original to go off of it. So I'm just gonna do an original problem. I'll do something easy. I know that doesn't kind of help sometimes, but if you see what you need to do, it doesn't matter where you move it right, left, up, and down. You just have to draw sine or
So
cosine.
was this cosine?
So I'm gonna draw, let's go
That's
cosecant,
That's sine,
and let's go with 4x, and we'll go plus 5.
right?
Okay,
This is cosine,
all right, now,
or this is cosine.
This is sine.
this is cosecant,
So
right?
it's like the same as
So now,
What did
so
you just draw?
That's a cotangent.
Okay.
cotangent.
for this cosecant graph, what you need to draw first, you need to draw the sine graph first with these numbers in it. And once you have sine, then I can draw it for cosecant, because the whole goal is to draw cosecant. This is brand new, we've never done this. So to draw sine, oops, somebody's tuned in.
Trav.
Yep, Trav.
Big crab!
This is iPhone.
Okay, come here. You want to say?
Come out. Get close.
Can I hold that?
Yes.
Where's he at? Oh, it says connecting. Hi, Ryan. Did he say hi? That sucks.
He'll say hi.
Wait.
He probably doesn't want to talk.
Get really close.
It doesn't, he's not on there.
That's fine. It's probably just.
Alright, turn.
Can you hear him? Is he
I can
talking?
hear things moving. Yes.
Travis?
It could be hacking. Oh yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's talking to me. Oh yeah, he said something. It was loud.
Was it Travis?
Oh yeah.
He's got on max.
Hey buddy. All right, so let's keep going.
Oh, it goes all the way over here.
Yeah,
Turn the FOV up.
Okay, how does it get over there?
it's a wide angle lens.
The glass.
Oh, so they
Wait,
copied
what
Apple.
is the other one?
It literally, no, we'll go back.
I was like not even in it.
All right, so let's go through cosecant.
That
This
is
is brand
crazy.
new. All right, so here's a get out of the. All right, now we have to draw a sine. So here's how it's going to work. It's going to be the same numbers, but we're going to draw the sine with these numbers plugged into it. The 4, the 5 in the same locations. How I know these are paired together. Every trig function always has one that's paired with it that starts with the letter C.
You right.
Every trig function has one paired with it that starts with the letter C. So sine goes with cosecant. Cosine goes with secant because one of the pair has to have a C in it. And tangent and cotangent. One is always paired with a C. So that's how I always can kind of know. I can always jump to the other letter.
It's seriously so stupid that secant is not with cosecant.
I know. I understand. Yeah. So, but let's keep going here. So we're gonna draw the sine graph. So the normal sine graph, we're been shifting up 5. What is my amplitude?
1.
1. So we're going up 1 and down 1. There's gonna be 4 hash marks across. Typically the hash mark we do for sine and cosine is 2 pi. Same thing. But we have to divide by the number in front of x. So it's going to be 2 pi divided by 4. Now, if you want to simplify that, it'd be pi over 2. You do you, I don't really care. We cut that in half. We cut that in half again. We multiply that one by 3. Okay, so those tuning in, thanks for tuning in. You're good. Hope you can see that a little bit better. Good. All right. All right, now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a sine. Now I'm going to draw a sine really lightly. It's not supposed to be solid because I don't need sine. I need cosecant. I just like to have the outline very generically put in there so that I can draw cosecant off of it. So sine starts at 0, goes up to the highest point, comes back to 0, goes to the lowest point, comes back to 0. And again, I'm drawing it really light, so I'm going to draw it as like a little dash line. This is the sine graph. I don't really need this one. This is just going to help me with the outline for where cosecant
You're
goes.
the goat of dotted lines.
Okay, so if you do a dash line, just draw it really lightly with a pencil. Or different color if you're using colored pens. Now, that's the sine graph. Why I needed that little outline is because cosecant goes directly off of this. Anytime your sine graph or cosine or whatever it is hits the origin line, do you see how I hit the origin 3 times? You're going to put an asymptote right there.
Oh yeah.
So anytime it hits the major origin line, wherever you're shifted, you have to put an asymptote in it.
That's the only difference?
That's the main difference. Then what you do
Oh,
is we go the opposite directions for cosecant. So cosine was doing this, right? It's kind of doing a little wave. Cosecant will go off of the peaks and valleys
Oh yeah, this.
and go the opposite direction. So instead of going down, it goes up and it hugs right against the asymptotes. And then if this one goes up, cosecant goes down. What you have here in the solid green, that's cosecant. That's the cosecant graph with those numbers plugged in. The one in black is the sine graph. Question?
And if it's negative, it's flipped?
Yeah, just flip it over. Because you would draw the sine graph flipped, and then you go off it and go the opposite directions. So that's the
You
beauty of
mess
it.
up the
If you mess up the sine graph,
You're
then you
screwed.
messed up. Yeah, you messed up the main.
poop.
So,
Don't
but
do
again,
that.
if you didn't know how to draw the original one anyways, you have more fun. You practice for like a week.
Yeah,
All right.
Stop.
next.
I forgot. Thank you.
Okay, let's do the last one. This is my last example of the day. Then I'm going to turn you loose on your worksheet. For those who are at home, I will send you a copy of the document with this worksheet. I'll also take pictures of it in case you can't open the document on your Google device, so you have another way. And you just put it on a piece of paper and turn it. So, all right. I know I'm going to send it to you. So, all right, nice try. All right.
Trav.
I didn't say anything.
That was trash.
All right.
I'd like zooming in though, and just.
Okay. All right. So let's do a secant graph now because we haven't done one of those. It's brand new. We can throw in maybe some more challenging numbers. It doesn't matter if you want to stick with easy.
10.
Okay, so 7 secant
20
10.
million.
1/7.
12.
Like
3 and a
20
1/7. I heard a 1/7. Let's go down 1/7. So now we're
Who
gonna
said
throw in a
3?
bunch of numbers. That was in my head. So they're volunteering too.
Oh,
All
sorry.
right.
Travis?
So we're gonna go through some numbers here. So now to draw a secant graph, let me turn
You gotta
the.
keep them involved.
Oh, they're part of class too. So
No,
all right.
not at all.
Now,
Put the camera
hey,
right here.
shh. Now, okay. What we're gonna do next is we have to draw this graph. We have to draw the cosine graph. We have to draw the cosine graph with these numbers drawn in there. So we have to have the 10, the 3, the 1/7, and we have to have the 7. We have to draw this. And then what we'll do is once we have the cosine drawn really lightly, then we'll go off of it and we'll draw the secant off of it. Question?
Okay, so this is gonna be really hard when we gotta do like backing it up when we do the.
Well, that's what we're doing here. So we're doing some weird shifting on this one.
There's something else.
I threw like all the numbers in there so you could kind of see one where you have to shift it right,
Wait,
left,
so
up, and
we
down.
have to go from secant to cosine, and this one?
Secant, cosine, yes. Cosine is cosine is secant, yes. Yeah, sorry.
So
Yeah.
when we're messing with it, backing it up,
Yes.
unlike say that one. So
I think so.
are the things still gonna be fat enough for the asymptotes?
Yes. There should be a distance between them because all the graphs will kind of look the same. They'll have the same spacing because you just change the numbers up and you just reallocate what the numbers need to be.
So it gets fatter or not as fat, like the asymptotes.
Yeah, so the asymptotes, in real life, they are getting like closer together and further apart depending on what numbers I give you. But when we draw it, you won't see that because we always put our spacing the exact
Oh.
same and stuff. So the pictures won't suddenly be super skinny, you can't draw anything. You just, because you always have the spacing about equal, so, and we just fill the numbers
So that
that we
answers
need.
your question. If you back it up, it is fat enough.
So,
If you're running.
okay, anyway, cosine graph. We need to figure out the spacing first because we are shifting this and all that good stuff. So cosine graph typically goes up to 2 pi. We have to divide by the number in front of x. So that's a 10. We cut it in half, so this is going to be 2 pi over 20. And then cut it in half again, that is 2 pi over 40. Okay, that is our spacing. This is the spacing to the first marker, it's 2 pi over 40. Or if you want to simplify that, that's pi over 20. I'm going to use this number right there.
Wait, cosine goes to secant.
Yeah, cosine and secant. Trig functions are always paired with one that starts with the letter C. That's how I always remember. So pi over 20 is the spacing to the first marker. So when I start drawing these marks, it's going to be by pi over 20s every time. Okay? Now that we have that spacing down, I have to figure out my starting point. My starting point is just taking this mess and setting it equal to 0. Okay, so I'm going to subtract the 3 across. And then
Are
I'm
these
going to
1 pi or
divide.
2 pi? These are still 2 pi.
These are 2 pi's because
Oh.
sine and cosine goes off at 2 pi. So here's my starting point. It's -3 over 10. Not a great number, but again, it doesn't matter because all I'm going to show is what I'm adding to get those spacings down. It doesn't. I don't need to have it like super detailed
Wait, why are we doing that? instead of this one?
because this one was shifted horizontally as opposed to just vertically like the last one was.
So, if it was vertical, then we have to.
Well, we have to write that number down where it was shifted vertically. Like this one, I
Not-
marked
not-
that shifted up 5, right?
And not what you added it to.
Yeah, I don't really care about that, yep. Okay, so, all right, on this one, we're gonna draw this thing. I think I can get a pretty good handle where this thing's going. Okay, it's got 4 hash marks. I'm gonna spread these out a little bit more, not because the picture would make it, it makes it a little bit easier to read. I'll move the camera in a spot so you guys can see this here in a minute,
It
so.
starts at -310.
Okay,
and
so
spacing is
-3/10.
pi over 20.
Yep, so this is -3/10. This number right there at the front. That's where it's been shifted to the left. Now what I'm gonna do is as I go to the right and make my little markers, I'm gonna add the spacing to that -3 over 10. I'm gonna add the pi over 20 every time. So -3/10, the next marker will be -3/10 plus pi over 20. whatever that is.
Negative.
Then I'm gonna add it again. And so I'm gonna add another pi over 20. So
Could
it'll
it
be
just
2
be
pi over
negative
20.
6 pi over 20?
What? Say it again?
Couldn't it be negative 6 pi over 20?
Yeah, but I wouldn't, no, it'd be negative 6 plus pi over 20 if you got common denominators, because you can't add a number in pi.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not actually adding them, I'm just showing that I'm adding pi over 20 over 10. So this would be negative 3 over 10 plus 3 pi over 20, and then this would be negative 3 over 10 plus 4 pi over 20. Okay, I'll let you guys see that, sorry, really far away, won't go that far. So I'm adding the spacing to that first starting point. And I don't actually add it.
Good
Travis
job.
put a thumbs up.
All right, sorry if you're just kind of watching, you can kind of still pay attention here. All right, so now the up and down shift, I shifted it down negative 1/7. So 1/7 down, and I'm gonna go up 7 from there and down 7 from there. So down 7 from here is negative 7 and 1/7. That's going down. If I went up 7 from negative 1/7, I'll be up 6 and 6/7.
Oh, I did it right. Let's go.
And now I'm gonna draw cosine off of this.
Lightly.
Very lightly, yep. So cosine I'm gonna put in like black here, but it'd be like maybe a different color, really shaded. Cosine starts at the highest point, goes down to its lowest point, and then comes back up to its highest point. So this very lightly is what cosine would do. Again, this is not my main drawing. This is just to help my outline so I can draw a secant. So that's what cosine would do if I had all these same numbers. Right? It starts at the highest points, goes down to 0, goes to the lowest point, goes up to 0, goes to the highest point. It just looks like sine. Now, any time where your graph hits the origin, did I hit the origin?
Twice.
I hit it twice, right? We have to put an asymptote. Okay. Anytime you hit 0, you have to put an asymptote in there. Because I hit the origin line.
I think I'm doing it right.
And so now we'll draw. So you're right, so in the middle, those things are going down, right? So for secant, this area in the middle is going down. Right, that's the main one. And then these other areas on the sides, since this one goes down, it goes up.
You have to do those?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
I
you have
get
to
it
show
now.
one picture length, so those little side wings have to be there too.
You better show the 2 zoomers.
Oh yeah. Good call.
The zoomers.
I'm good.
Who needs boomers when you got
Yeah, we
zoomers?
got 2 boomers on.
Hey, quit it. If anyone's a boomer, it's me.
Well, there's zoomers.
You're not old.
Yeah, what are you
Definitely
like?
old.
24 now?
You could be,
I like where your head's at. I'm almost 40.
25, Jared.
There's
you
like,
could be my dad's
Almost
child.
40.
what are you, 37?
37.
You could be my
I
dad's
definitely
child,
act
you're not that
like
old.
it. All right. Okay. We good?
Yeah, I'm done for the day.
Okay. That's it.
Let's keep
Now,
them in.
okay.
And
Homework today. Worksheet. It'll be
Keep them
due
in.
on Friday this week. For those people at home, I will send you a link to the document, and I'll take a picture of it in case you can't open the document. You can do it.
Let's let them speak
If you need
now.
help, email me. You can set up a Zoom, and I'll help you out.
Travel
kinda
be here
walk through it.
tomorrow.
Can you put
So
them on speakerphone?
Yeah. Come on.
Hey, we're done with class though.
he says, "Don't worry, he will be here tomorrow." So
What about Ryan?
what?
You got 2 more.
He's not talking. So
Say hi.
all right.
Why isn't Ryan
Must be
talking?
hitting him hard.
Hey, session.
He says hi.
Jorge, say hi.
Hold on.
Jake,
You can go to that.
Cody.
Oh, he had himself muted this whole
I
time.
hope you had
Yes,
a great
it was
lunch
fine.
in the
You're very
park,
quiet.
Ryan.
He was hot tubbing this
Oh,
morning.
no.
You were hot tubbing
You
this
did not.
He
morning?
sent me pictures like quarantine.
Who was?
He sent me pictures of him like eating dogs in the forest.
It's very strange.
Ryan, I will be at your house to hot tub. Wait, maybe tonight, I don't know.
Don't do that.
Not allowed.
Don't do that. You can't be trambling between.
I'm kidding, I won't be there.
Jorge, close up.
He had no problem with it, by the way. All right.
Get between his eyes.
All right. Come on.
Yeah, no problem. What did he say?
All right.
Ward, what did Ryan say?
Yeah, sorry, you're probably gonna get motion sick. All right, have fun, guys. I'll send you a link to the. Quit it. All right, see you later. God.
The FOV.
No, I'm not giving Isaac the camera. See you later. All right.
What did Ryan say?
He said, "Oh my God, I was muted the whole time. I was talking the entire time, and you guys couldn't hear me. And I thought you guys were just ignoring me." And then I figured out I was muted. All right,
What do you say about me? What do you say about me hot tubbing?
He was like, "I don't have a problem with that."
I don't have a problem. This boot makes me walk like pigeon-toed. Or wait, no, the opposite. of Pigeon-toed. Like out.
Penguin.
Wait, is
Penguin.
pigeon-toed like this?
Pigeon-toes did.
Okay, what is this?
Penguin.
Penguin. Okay. What
Penguin.
forces me to walk like a freaking penguin?
Is it hurt? Like, what did you actually do? Like structural damage?
It's another high ankle sprain.
Okay. Just that sucks because it takes forever to heal. But and it hurts a lot.
What do you got? Ward, can you just do a quick sample of you running really fast?
Me running? No, I'm fat and old. I don't see any of that. I run like I'm a hockey player. I swing arms a lot. I think I'm fast, but I'm not.
Cross the zipper. Don't cross the zipper. Oh, they said
Because he runs like.
I thought that's how Chris.
I like to think that I run
Chris used to run like this.
Chris runs like this.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I
Dalton
really,
Kelly's
there's a
running
lot of
like
motion not going on right
Dalton Kelly ran like a
Lot of motion, not a lot of velocity.
now. I used to be fast, but then I got fat. I'm not here.
Don't get.
Everyone else get that for the first one.
Let's start another meeting.
I got
In cross
this.
country, so it's like really in shape for a while.
You were in cross country?
When does this worksheet due? Tomorrow?
This new one is due Friday. So it's 9 problems, so you gotta be kind of aware of that. Yeah. I think it's 9, right?
Oh, there's
5 and 4.
I'm probably just gonna hand it in with the front side toe.
Yeah, it's got tangent, cotangents on the front, and it's got secants and cosecants on the other side. So I tried to break it up so you can kind of still manage it. I'm warning you, you're on your test we have coming up here in about a week or two. These are like the first 4 problems on there now.
Thanks, dog.
There's a lot.
Now, if I assault someone brutally, I'll go to prison.
Wait, really?
And I'll have to stand on the jury because I'm on jury duty right now.
So do it soon. Hey, you'll let me go, won't you?
Do it.
No,
Yeah, you will.
no.
I bet. Okay, you either love jury duty or hate it. I don't know which one it is, but I bet
It's
you.
a civic duty. I'm indifferent.
He loves it.
He's indifferent to the law. Where'd Wyatt go?
Can you tell us all about the case?
It would be 3 behind.
I think it's out of NDA.
You don't even need to.
You silly goose. Silly goose, yeah. Ward, can you tell us all about the case that you're on?
The normal distance for cotangent is high, and you have to divide by 1/3, right? So it turns into 3 times. You don't have to count it now. That's when you get to the whole number.
Ward, tell us all about the case that you're on.
I can't, but I'm not on a case, so I can tell you that. Because I've been calling in every week, because you have to call in every Monday. And
Say you don't have COVID.
so, no, it's well that too. But I have to call in, and then when you report in, they tell you if you have any cases this week and where you have to report, what time. And if there's nothing going on this week, they say you're free to check in next week. You have no cases this week. Well, good news, we don't have any cases this week.
How long do you have to serve?
3 months.
We're good.
Oh my gosh.
Does everyone have to do that?
Yeah.
No, Hancock County is 3 months. Saragota, since there's a bigger population, only 1 month.
Are you winning?
Yeah, that makes sense.
What I missed sport.
My
Because
mother,
like in New York, you have to do 3 months worth of cases. F that.
no.
So you don't have to do like 2 weeks?
Wait, so do you have to miss school?
Eventually.
There's 2 sides, so it'd be.
Let's do this. So that's like pi over
And then
8
that's
for the spacing.
Go in the right direction, you're right half, down half.
Because I have this mentioned.
Yeah, so my mother lived in Saragota, so she only had to serve for 1 month. She, in 1 year, she had to serve 3 times in Saragota. And it's supposed to be a random drawing, right? It was a random. She was getting called every year. And now I'm fearing like she passed away, so it's like they just called the next person on the list, and that's me. Oh my God.
Ward, that looks like a good one.
So when I do this, then I just divide by 2 and I use decimals there.
She said that he went in for jury duty and just acted really racist, so they didn't put him.
They kind of returned that. They can hold you contempt by doing
Don't the
stuff.
people like on the case get to pick their jurors too?
Yeah.
So you could get kicked off for that case.
Yeah. The problem is if you act super racist and you're being crude, they'll just charge you with contempt of court. They know what you're doing.
I don't know. He said that he acted like, and like they didn't. They said okay.
The thing is, I don't know if I actually have to serve at any point, just because I don't actually live in Hancock County anymore. I don't live in Hancock anymore, and then I have a newborn, which I don't know if they can even consider that, because when you first register, they say, even if in case of newborn, you still have to serve. I was like, all right. And then the next thing is like, we have COVID going on, but then I'm also considered an essential worker by the federal government right now, so I think I can get off for that.
Wait, sir, for what? What I missed?
I'm an essential employee by the federal government. Like right now, teachers are essential, so I think I can get off and I don't have to serve jury duty. So like when they call me to have a case, I just tell them my situation, and I think they'll.
I thought I almost did the other day though.
I don't think they will, Ward.
Okay.
Government loves their free workers.
The government loves their
The government is a great part of this country.
So it's this, so it's
Of
just-
course it
the
is.
government is power 2 or
part of this.
that'll be
You're right,
full.
it's
So this
great.
is power 4.
Yeah.
It's
there.
So,
It's
that's
great.
where I started.
And it's a part of our country.
It's amazing. I love our
That's my
government.
spacing, so can I time this like?
You love our government.
What's this thing supposed to look like?
Same, right?
Or do you want me to leave it?
Tangent is 1 pi.
Oh, I gotta take my knee again or something. This
I mean, you can multiply by 2 to get common denominators, but you really don't need to do that. Just show me what you're adding.
only thing.
It'd be kind of a waste of your time.
One thing. A chart. No.
Oh.
Move your sweatshirt.
And usually, like being a teacher, I know most of the parents and stuff, and in our little town. So I think I'd usually get off like thrown out of cases anyway, because I just know people. So-
If you say you know somebody, you don't actually know them.
I did.
They probably wouldn't know that.
Little Caesar's pizza.
I know her. What's her name?
Pizza and stuff.
Yeah, they'd figure it out real
We
quick.
had those little.
Oh, you know her. Oh. What's her maiden?
No, those don't.
I don't know.
Okay, but you wouldn't know like students' parents' maiden names.
But I would say that I know their kids. I know them.
Hey, I do it.
I think.
So much one in
Is
front.
that what you do?
No. If I throw the one in the front, everything's gonna be right.
Like me, you're on jury duty.
I put.
They know that you just let me go.
Right, I think it's.
I'd be like, lock him up, and then they'll put me on the jury.
That's my spacing.
Yeah,
High rage.
Nah, Warren, you would let me get locked up. I would have to beat up somebody pretty bad.
I don't know.
I don't even think that would be a jury duty
Right?
case. It'd be a civil,
Watch
probably
this.
civil action lawsuit.
So what's like a jury duty case?
That was so cool.
Be probably an actual major crime, something that broke.
Bounces up.
Alright, Isaac, you gotta kill somebody.
That.
Yeah, don't worry.
Anything that go past just a normal speed.
It's not sticking, it's not.
So is that Brody?
What do I
you agree?
I'm on 4.
Does this look correct?
Spacing down.
This
Ish, you're going on. So this is your
Negative pi.
Starting point was negative pi.
Hey, what is cotangent again?
I don't have
You just have to.
Cotangent is tangent to the like to the right of the.
So this is your starting point.
No, I'm not going to.
You know how tangent is on both
So you have
sides?
negative, so in the middle.
Cotangent is just on the right side.
Right.
That's like it's
Okay, then you're
like
gonna go,
sine.
Erica did that
go
wrong.
2 hash marks this way,
Yeah, it's like
add your
sine.
spacing,
So I did it right?
pick 1.
And then I subtract.
Yeah, then subtract your spacing going that way. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to add it, just put them side by side.
You want me to just stay in here?
We're not adding or subtracting them.
For my test.
I gotta make sure. Yeah, you just go, I'll put you back there.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, times 3 equals 0. 3 times 0. It's so it's 3x or what does it start with? 2 pi or
I
pi?
got it printed.
Well, I have to sign out
This
the
whole thing right
senior
here is
study.
originally
Well,
pi.
I have to sign out the
Yes, you
senior
take that
study.
times 2, what do you get?
Yeah, let me give you a pass just in case. If I was to sign out, I'll give you a pass in case somebody actually is down there and is checking to see what you're doing.
All right.
Okay. Now what?
It's just like that.
Oh, it worked.
Actually, no, it might be.
Yeah.
5
Cotangent is
Eric,
like this.
Is your outside two
This is how the graph goes, and then tangent goes up to the right.
What?
3.
So it's gonna look like, oh,
Why?
it's gonna look like that.
Start at, the middle is 5/2.
At-
Your
through that here?
spacing is.
So Warren, if I wear a mask,